In this video, sample Visual Studio project for OPC client components will be run and explained. First, open Sample Projects folder. Project name is OPC Client Components Tutorial C#. I open project with Visual Studio. I open main form. On form, there are buttons for opening other forms. And AG Global Settings Control. This control holds global settings by means of property G customization settings. Some options here. And the most important setting is configuration file. Predefined configuration file. Configuration file for demo is installed with install package. With a control, let's see what is configuration file for. I take AG numeric box. You see there are two properties related to access level. When I open property, I see access level names. These access levels are defined in configuration file. Similarly, some controls have multi-language text properties. When I open editor, I see language names. These language names also defined in configuration file. Before starting a new project, a configuration file should be created. Configuration file is created with this configurator software. Languages can be defined here. Access levels, passwords and hierarchy are defined here. And value text tables are defined here. Value text tables are used by G-text list control. A value text table is a list of values and corresponding texts in all defined languages. Let me open demo configuration file. You see defined languages and access levels. There are two value text tables. As you see, values and text are defined in some of defined languages. I close configurator. You should put G Global Settings Control always on main form. And firstly, select Configuration File. Here, we can make security settings for OPC UA servers that OPC client components will connect to. Let's look at G-Language Selector control. As you see, language definitions appeared on it automatically, by means of Configuration File. This control is used to select active language. Similarly, G-Access Level Selector displays defined access levels. We can select active access level by using this control. What is the function of access levels on controls? Access level properties define what access level makes control visible or what access level makes control enabled. Of course, you don't have to use this access level system. Normally we use G-Global Settings control as invisible in runtime. If we want to see it in runtime for testing, we can open Editor Form in runtime by clicking on this button. Now I start project. First I open Auto Connect form. On this form, all controls of basic package available. All controls are auto-connected to the same OPC item. Let's see OPC item. Server name, item ID, and auto connect. I start again. All controls are connected to the same OPC item again. We see G-Text List control here. This text comes from a value text table defined in Configuration File. Let's see code behind form. There is no code. All controls are connected automatically. Now let's see connection with code. I open two instances of same form. I make connections. You see, both of them connected. Let's see code now. You see connect method makes connection, and disconnect method disconnects. It's that simple. Now let's see the effect of language change on components. Here, there's some controls with multi-language text property. I will change active language without code by using Gelecek selector control. You see text are changing when I change active language. It is possible to change active language without using Gelecek selector control. In this case I need to prepare a user interface, and write my own code. Because German is not defined in configuration file, let's see language selection without code. You see this control is a Gelecek selector. There is no code or property. It gets language definitions from configuration file. If I want to design my own language selector, I need to design an interface like this. And I need to write my own code. Active language changed event. Set active language method. I need to write all this code. Now we will see the effect of access level change. On this form, there are some controls here, but because active access level is low, all are invisible. All controls will be visible with access level 1. To make enabled all controls, access level 2 is needed. Now all controls are invisible. I open access level selecting form. This is a G-access level selector. When I want to change access level, if password defined, a password form appears. Passwords are defined in configuration file. Now all controls are visible, but still disabled, because access level is still low for making enabled. I select access level 2. Now all controls are enabled. Similar to selecting active language, I can design my own access level selector, like this. I need to design an interface and write my own code. This is a G-access level selector. There is no code or property. It gets all access level definitions from configuration file. Let's look at self-design access level selector. Here is the code. active access level changed event. Set active access level method. There are notes on forms, you should read them. When you deploy your application to a runtime computer, you should deploy configuration file also.